him shit on the shelf. Cause the way the real weapons being real with self. My eyes done seen the glory of the coming of the left. I can't do it by myself, so I'm asking for help. It's time to switch it up, put the hip shit on the shelf. Cause the way the real weapons being real with self. My eyes done seen the glory of the coming of the left. I can't do it by myself, so I'm asking for help. Money, money, money. Money, I just like wrong with being wealthy. Like Kanye West says, having money is not everything, not having it is. No, Deuteronomy 8:18 says God gives us the ability to create wealth. No, it's the love of money that's ruled on you. You don't like money so much, why do you get up and go to work? Yeah, it's like to do with the most one of the things that we did. I'm just trying to leave a legacy for money. That's not everything, but when you got it, you can do some cool stuff. And now, your host for Talking Money in the Morning, financial health mentor to the working class, H Cortez.
Good morning, Black world, and welcome to Talking Money in the Morning Live with your main man, H Cortez, the one and only financial health mentor to the Black community, everybody's favorite fatherpreneur, where I do my absolute best to bring practical yet proven wealth-building strategies to working men and women all over this great nation of ours. Coming to you live and direct from the Black Wealth Movement Studios here in St. Louis, Missouri. Guys, if you are looking for an opportunity to learn how to build wealth from scratch, maybe you, like me, got a negative net worth because of debt and all that kind of stuff. You're trying to say, hey, how do I flip this thing and start building an empire from scratch, but you know nothing about building an empire? Well, that's what I'm here to help you with. For $35 to start, then $35 per month, we will show you how to start your own business in the financial education space, how to minimize your taxes, because that's one of the reasons that you can't get over the hurdle is you're giving 33% of your income to Uncle Sam, how to get yourself out of debt. Another reason you can't get over the hurdle because you're giving another 1/3 of your income to banks via debt, how to fix your credit. One of the reasons that your financing bills are so high because your credit is poor. So if you fix your credit, even if you did finance something, you'll have a smaller interest rate, meaning you'll have a smaller monthly bill, right? And then we're going to teach you how to invest. Last night I did a private webinar and I showed, I don't know, it must have been 15 different places that you can put money and get 12, 13, 15, 18% rate of return on that money, right? So if you don't have a financial game plan, guess what? Everybody else does. The banks have a financial game plan for whose money? Your money. Uncle Sam has a financial game plan for whose money? Your money. Big business have a financial game plan for whose money? Your money. Why not get yourself a financial game plan for your money? $35 per month will get you that financial game plan. You get me as a mentor. You get my leadership council as a mentor and some help and some guidance to help you get this thing done. So I want you to text the word "I'm ready" to 314-874-6887. Now, do not text me if you're not ready. If you're ready, text 314-874-6887. Text the phrase "I'm ready." I'm going to assume you got $35 and you're ready for me to help you transform your life. That's where the conversation is going to start. If you got questions, then text questions to 314-874-6887, and I will send you some information where you can learn about what we're doing, and then you can make a decision as to whether or not you're ready. Does that make sense to everybody? Do me a huge favor. If you check us out on Periscope, go ahead and invite your followers to check us out. Give me the hearts because that means something in the land of Periscope. If you're checking us out on YouTube, hit the subscribe button if you have not already, and then go ahead and copy today's the link to today's show and share it with other people. Your favorite social media timelines, Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn, wherever you like to share stuff, share this show. Yeah, I'm going to stream it on this channel a little bit later today, so you'll get to check that out, Donovan. And then if you're checking this out on Facebook, go ahead and share the stream. Hit the little notification button in the top right so you get notifications every time we go live from this channel. I have a lot of cool information that I put on this page, Financial Health Mentor. So you want to get notifications when that stuff goes live. So that's that. So we're talking today about coaches versus teachers. A lot of people are spending money on coaches when they need a teacher. A lot of people are paying teachers when they need coaches. So before we get into that, let me tell you exactly who the show is for. Just in case you're new, you're checking this out for the first time, I like to let you know what you're in for. If you're new to the show, then this show is for risers and grinders only. If you're ready to get up, get out, and get something, then this is your show. Absolutely. If you are the type of person that is looking to build a legacy for your family and you're going to do all that it takes to get that done, then yeah, this is your show. Right. On the other hand, if you have a problem with money, right? You got that weird relationship where you think money is evil, you think capitalism is a dirty word, you think wealthy people are jerks, then get off my stream, because all my regulars on this stream are wealthy. They might not be financially wealthy, but they're wealthy in several areas of their life, and that's going to attract money to them. So they will eventually be financially wealthy. If that's not you, you can exit stage left and we won't miss you. You're the type of person that got a problem for every solution, then we don't like people like you. Can I be any more blunt or clear? If you're the type of person that's got a problem for every solution, we don't like you. Right? You guys agree? I mean, no, seriously, a pessimistic person has no place in my circle, right? That's just poor energy. So, like I tell you each and every one, I have no problem with you not wanting to be wealthy. I only have a problem with you when you have a problem with me wanting to be wealthy. If you're comfortable where you are, that's cool for you. I'm not. I'm striving for greatness, so I'm going to keep this thing pushing. So if that's you, you can exit stage left and we won't miss you. But I tell you every morning, if you've never seen a future billionaire before, I want you to take a screenshot, and watch your boy work, because it's going down. 2027. I will be a billionaire by 2027. I know. You can't become a billionaire in 10 years. That's what they told the founders of Uber, right? Yeah, they're like 8.5, 9 years old and worth 3 billion. Yeah, I know. So that's what I mean by when you have a problem for every solution. You can miss me with that. So today we're talking about coaches versus teachers. Coaches versus teachers. A lot of times we need a coach and we're dealing with teachers. A lot of times we need a teacher and we're dealing with coach. I want you to understand the fundamental differences of the two, because everybody's got a coaching program. Everybody's got a coaching practice. Everybody's got doing some sort of coaching and mentorship. So I want you to know how to identify and how to separate the two so that you can get what you need. Because I can tell you this, sometimes those people don't have integrity. You guys realize that not everybody has integrity. So when you need a teacher and they're a coach and you say, I got $1,000 because I need to learn something, and they're a coach, they'll say, yeah, I can teach you that. But they may not be a teacher. So you have to be careful and understand the difference between a coach and a teacher. You might know somebody who's a great teacher and you say, man, I know how to do what you're doing. I'm just not maximizing my talents. I need somebody to coach me through some things. And the teacher says, you got $1,000? You say, yeah, I got $1,000. I want to do this that bad. So yes, I'm going to do this and I want to get some coaching in this area. If the teacher has no integrity, the teacher will say, give me that $1,000. I'll coach you through it. But the teacher's not a coach. You guys feeling me on that? A teacher is not a coach. So you have to understand the fundamental differences between the two. I was at a conference over the weekend, and I was sharing some of my branding and marketing strategies. And I love what we do, because we have people from 8 to 80 in our organization, right? And I'm lying, not 8 to 80. We do have some babies that love what we're doing and they're running around there soaking and stuff up, but really from 18 to 80, right? And the young lady says, she's a senior. She said, I'm retired. I don't know how to do any of this stuff. Can you be my coach on how to do social media marketing. Now, I want to see if y'all picked up on what's going on today. She says, I don't know how to do any of this stuff. I want you to be my coach for this social media marketing. What does she need? Does she need a coach or does she need a teacher? Here's the scenario again. She's a senior, newly retired, not real familiar with social media. She says, I don't know how to do any of this stuff. I want you to be my coach in this social media stuff. Does she need a coach or does she need a teacher? Does she need a coach or does she need a teacher? See, as somebody who has integrity, I'm looking at her situation and I have to ask myself, do I want to be her teacher? So let me give you some characteristics of a coach, and I want you guys to tell me if you think I can take her on as a client. A coach has to be a good communicator. A coach has to be a good communicator, right? Yeah, if you got a problem for every solution, exit stage left. We don't like you. A coach has to be a good communicator, not only of the information. What's up, Justin? Not only of the information that he's teaching or communicating or guiding. A coach also has to be a good communicator of vision, right? I talk about coaching my young athletes all the time. I got two sons in high school that play ball, a senior and a sophomore, and then I have a lot of their friends that I coach and I train. When they want to give up, when they think their body can't give me anymore, I have to start talking about I have to communicate to them the vision. Man, come on, one more set, brother. You're going to be so satisfied when you are standing on top of the podium and you knew you put in the work. One more rep, man. You're going to be so satisfied when you're still full of energy at the end of basketball tryouts next month and everybody else is huffing and puffing. One more set. See, a good coach is able to paint the vision through his ability to communicate. Good coach is a good communicator, right? A good coach is dependable. How many of you guys got kids who play youth sports, right? And those kids who play youth sports, you've shown up to a practice or two and the coach ain't there. You've shown up to a game or two and the coach is running in 5 minutes after the game started. Right? Anybody ever experienced that? Now, as a coach, I've run late to a game or two, right? That's not normal practice. So a good coach has to be dependable, right? Has to be dependable, right? How about loyal? Is a good coach loyal? I see you green hearts on Periscope. Is a good coach loyal? I'm gonna tell you something. I'm a financial educator and I run my own business. And when I started this business, I was already a youth basketball coach. And I know that this work is greater than the work that I'm doing in youth basketball. But because I'm loyal, I didn't quit on those kids. I could have said, man, I found what I'm looking for. This opportunity will provide for me and my family for generations to come. I'm going to give up the time that I used to give to the kids and take this time and really pour it into my business. But because I'm loyal, I said, no, I got to see this thing through. I got to see this thing through and make sure these kids know what they need to know to play at the next level. So instead of giving up that time, what did I do? I gave up some sleep. I started staying up a little later and I started getting up a little earlier to make sure I was putting time into my business so I didn't have to be disloyal to those kids. And I had to see them through. Because at the time they were seventh grade, so I had to get them through to the ninth grade. Now I turn them over to the high school coach. So a good coach is loyal. A good coach is a great encourager, right? Encourager, right? Now, some of you guys like would interchange the word encouragement or encourager with motivator or motivation. 5 a.m. just gym this morning. I see you, Corbell. See, some of you guys would confuse or interchange the word encourager with motivator. I'm an encourager, but I'm not a motivator. Why am I not a motivator? Because your present situation should be motivation enough for you. I don't have to motivate my kids because their present situation, that they're not getting offers, that they're not looked at as some of the best in the city, that's motivating them internally to get up at 5 a.m. and go hit the gym every morning. See, so what I do as a good coach is I encourage them to do the things they need to do when they get there. They are motivated enough because of their current situation. Some of you guys are not motivated enough by your current situation, and you want somebody externally to motivate you. Man, I need you to motivate me. I need somebody to motivate me to get my business going. Huh? If your current financial situation does not motivate you to get off your assets so you can go build some assets, ain't nothing I can say to you going to motivate you. So a good coach is a good encourager. A good coach is a good encourager. He knows how to say the right things at the right time to sometimes remind you of your own motivation. See, I don't have to motivate the kids, but I encourage them to think back to, hey, you remember last season? And we set a goal for the season that you was going to average 20 points a game. What was that average last year? What you finish up with? 13.8. You fell a little short, didn't you? See, I can encourage them to think back to their own motivation, but I can't motivate them. If your own situation doesn't motivate you, nothing will. Right? So a good coach is a good encourager. But watch this. A good coach is also a good teacher. A good coach is also a good teacher. So if you got a good coach, I want you to understand something. Just like, this is powerful, just like a square is a rectangle, but a rectangle is not a square. You guys follow me? By definition, a square is also a rectangle. You guys follow me, right? But a rectangle is not a square. So by definition, a coach, a good coach, is also a teacher. But a teacher is not a coach. as evident in some of the youth basketball programs that I see on the high school level, on the middle school level, where they have a science teacher coaching basketball. Excellent at teaching science, can't coach, can't encourage, don't have the loyalty, can't communicate, right? So yes, a square is a rectangle, but a rectangle is not a square. A good coach is a good teacher, but a good teacher is not a coach at all. So you have to understand the difference between the two so you know exactly what you need. So I'll go back to that scenario. The opposite word is good. You're absolutely right. I'll go back to that scenario. The young lady says, I don't know. I don't know how to do any of this stuff, but I want you to be my coach. Now, based on what I told you, a good coach is, and I think I'm a good coach, is that a client that I could take on? Right? Based on the scenario that I just told you what a good coach is, and I believe I'm a good coach, is that a client that I personally could take on? Again, a good coach is a good communicator, they're dependable, they're loyal, good encourager, good teacher. Could that be a good fit for me? Absolutely. Absolutely. Because I'm a good teacher. As a good coach, I'm a good teacher. She needs a teacher. And then once she learns, then she probably will need a coach. Right? But watch this. Here's some things that could make it me not a good fit for her. What are some things about a good teacher? Right? A good teacher is positive all the time. A good teacher is positive all the time. Right? As a good coach, do I have to be positive all the time? It's ideal. You think about it it's as a good coach, I don't need to be positive all the time. Now, I'm just a positive guy, so that's who I am as a coach. But that's not a prerequisite to being a good coach. I know good coaches who use negativity to get the best out of people. So that coach may not be able to teach, but they're a good coach nonetheless. Right? I give you an example. I coached football little league with a good friend of mine, Carl Washington, and we live in the suburbs of North County, and he's from the inner city project, so really tough, hard-nosed dude. So when we're coaching out here, with most of the kids who coming from a two-parent home, and he's fussing and screaming and yelling, and a lot of the parents really, really love that because they don't get that at home because that's not how the parents communicate with the children, and they push the kids on a different level. And I was talking to him one day, and he said, I said, man, you be going in on the kids. He said, Tiz, man, these kids out here, they need that little bit of dose of reality because they come from two-parent homes. They get the I love you and the hugs and the affirmations and all of that stuff. So they need the flip side to really, really get the most out of them. And then when we go down in the city and coach where all the kids are from broken homes and all of the kids are from bad situations and they're literally playing football to save their lives. He said, down here, it's different. I don't have to do that because they get that at home everywhere they go. These kids down here need hugs. So I got to give them more high fives. I got to give them more hugs. I got to tell them I love them all the time because nobody's doing that for them. And I get the best out of them because they know I love them. When I come out to the suburbs, it's different because I get the best out of these kids because they think coach crazy, right? Two totally different things. One is using negativity to get the best out. The other is using positivity to get the best out. Both, this is the same guy. This is the same guy. So you don't have to be positive to be a good coach, but to be a good teacher, you have to be positive. A good teacher is organized. Know your personnel, absolutely. A good teacher is organized, right? A good teacher is very organized. They've got things in order, they've got things laid out, and that's important because a good teacher should also be efficient as well as effective. That means if I got 30 minutes to teach you something, I can't spend 25 minutes trying to get everything in order and then the last 5 minutes actually teaching. So a good teacher is organized. A good teacher is prepared, right? Not only organized, but I have a lesson plan for you when we sit down, right? A good teacher is prepared. A good teacher will take the time to get to know you so they're absolutely clear on what it is you need to know. A good teacher is clear. They're clear on what they know. They're clear on what you need to know. And because they're clear on what they know how to take out the fluff and give you exactly what you need to know. A good teacher is clear. A good teacher is active, hands-on with you, making sure that you're getting exercises and examples and you're walking through things. They're hands-on. So you don't just get a lecture, you get to do what I'm telling you you need to know how to do so it really gets in you. Right? Then a good teacher is patient. You can't be a good teacher if you don't have patience. Because a lot of times people have very different levels of intellect, very different learning styles. So one person won't pick up things as quickly as other ones in this area, and you have to understand that and you have to exercise patience. So again, I go back to that scenario. Senior lady, she's about 65 years old, newly retired, working a business because she don't want to go to work at Walmart. She says, I don't know how to do any of this stuff with social media. I want you to be my coach. Now, as a coach, I know how to communicate, paint vision. I know how to be loyal. I know how to encourage, and I know how to teach. But as a coach, because I know how to teach, does that make me a great teacher? See, as a coach, I know how to teach, but I may not have the most patience. See, I know how to teach. I can break things down step by step, but if I'm really more of a coach than a teacher, I might not have the patience that this woman needs. Because she doesn't know how to do any of this stuff. And because I have integrity and your $1,000 looks good in my bank account, I have to say, I'm going to send you over to somebody who's going to give you a foundation. Yeah, Keisha, what's up, Keisha? And this is inspired by Nikisha. She talks about this all the time as one of the great coaches in our area and teacher. She's a teacher coach, right? Yeah, because you be up late nights. You be grinding from that 2 to 4 type stuff, man. I get mine in and out the way in the morning. So she's a teacher coach. So she teaches more than she coaches, right? And she has integrity. If you already know how to do some stuff and you're looking for encouragement, you're looking for someone to get the best out of you, she might say, you know what? You got this already. You don't need me to teach you how to do this. You got this. So let me turn you over to somebody who's going to put their foot in your butt, hold you accountable, and coach you to get the best out of you. But on the other hand, I can take this young lady and say, you know what? I can teach you how to do this stuff. But because my practice is moving a little bit faster, I don't have the patience to slow down and walk you step by step through every little thing on how to do everything social media related. So let me get you with a teacher who will give you a solid foundation. And when that teacher gives you the solid foundation, she's going to give you back to me as your coach. And then we're going to run. Because as a coach, see, again, I'll go back to my basketball analogy. As a coach, if I'm coaching at a certain level and you came into my basketball program and I have to teach you what double dribble means, you understand that that's going to be a detriment to the rest of the kids in the program who already know that. If I have to stop practice every 5 minutes because you keep double dribbling the basketball, now I'm not being loyal to the guys who already know that. So I'm not being as an effective coach because now I'm spending too much time teaching the basics. So I have to kick that person out of the practice and say, hey, you need to go see a teacher that will teach you the rules of the game and teach you how everything works. Then when you get a solid grasp and handle of that, now you can come back to me to be coach. So I want you guys to be very clear on where you are, be very honest with where you are. Do you need a coach or do you need a teacher? Do you already know how to do what you want to do? You just don't have the time management skills. You don't have an accountability partner. You don't have a group or an environment of people that's with you doing the same thing so that you can run with, that you can lean on and ask questions. Because sometimes when I'm in a practice and I'm getting in my guys, because that atmosphere, that environment, that intensity is there, now I want to ask coach how to do something, or to a teammate, somebody that they're practicing with, their accountability partner, and say, man, he said we're going to run the suicide in 35. What exactly does that mean? So we can create an environment where not only do you have a good coach, but you're in an intense situation where coaches are coaching, you're coaching each other along the way. Open with yourself. Do you know that you know how to do what you need to do and you're just not doing it? I know how to post on Facebook. I know how to tag people. I know this is a great platform to build a business. I know all this stuff. I'm just not organized. I'm just not doing it. I'm just not being accountable to myself. For coaching, you know what to do. You know how to do it. You're procrastinating. You're being a little lazy. You're being a little wimp, a little wuss. You're crying about not having the time. You're crying about staying up late. You could use a coach in your life. Who's going to hold you accountable, kick your tail, put you around some other winners, and they're going to create an atmosphere that you're going to want to win, or you're going to get your butt left behind. That's the situation. If that's you, okay, you need a coach. If we connect and you say, I love what you're doing, but I need to know how to go live. I want you to coach me. First thing I want you to do is show me how to go live on Facebook. That when we was in that training class, you said that one of the ways that you get your stuff out there in front of people is you tag people. I want you to be my coach, but you got to show me how to tag people on Facebook. Right? No, you don't need a coach. You need a teacher. You need a teacher. If you don't know how to do something, you have to first be taught how to do it. After you've been taught how to do it and you become proficient at it, then you need to be coached on how to be the best at it. Did I catch that? Since parents need to follow this more than coaches. Parents, they absolutely need this as well. So did you guys catch that? Once you've been taught how to do something, then you practice it enough to where you become proficient at it, then you can be coached on how to become the best at it. You have to first learn, then you have to practice, then you become proficient. Once you become proficient, you can get with a coach that will coach you on how to become the best at it. How not the best at it, I said that wrong. How you can become the best at it, right? The best that you can be at it. And that's another thing that you have to understand. Sometimes we know how to do stuff. We know how to, and we're okay with that. So we know we've identified that we need a coach. We get with a coach, and that coach coaches you to become the very best that you can be at a particular thing. But because that coach didn't help you to become number one at it, now you want to blame the coach or say the coach isn't good, when the coach has helped you become the very best that you could be at a particular thing. If I take you from level 2 to get you to your level 10, I've done my job. Just because your level 10 is not the same as Nakisha's level 10 doesn't mean I'm a bad coach. I've got you to the place where you are the absolute best that you could possibly be at a particular thing. Just so happens that your level 10 is not on the same level as Corbell's level 10. But you are the best that you can be at it. That don't mean that you're going to be the best in the world at it. Talking about coach tripping. Right. I'll give it to you this way. I'll give it to you this way, so maybe you'll understand. I train vertical jump. You guys realize that everybody, every human being walking on this planet, based on their physiology, training they do, they have a maximum level that they will be able to jump. Capacity, your bone structure, your physiology says that your DNA, there's a range you have from 0 to 2 inches. Based on your physiology, there's a range that says, your physiology says that if you tallest, the most you're going to be able to get out of your vertical jump is 42 inches. So from 0 to 42 inches, it's not even from 0, because the moment you can start walking, you can start jumping a little bit, right? So to 42 inches, I can put you in the gym and we can train. The first day you come in the gym, I measure you, I look at your physiology. There's charts and things that say, okay, that particular physiology is going to max out at about 40 to 42 inches, right? And we work over the years. You started out, you came in, you was jumping 24 inches off the ground. And we work. I got you up to 30 inches. I got you up to 35 inches. So you're seeing growth, you're seeing progress, and that happened relatively quickly. Then I got you around 38, and you kind of hovered around 38 for 6 months. And you're like, man, coach stuff ain't working no more. How many of you guys know the closer you get to your max, the harder it is to max out? The closer you get to your max, the harder it is to max out. See, when you came to me at 24, you had almost 20 inches to gain. So I quickly was able to get you 10 inches and you fell in love with me. Man, coach knows his stuff. So that quick jump, and if you guys know anything about basketball, if I put 10 inches of vertical on your game in 6 months, that's a big jump, right? The next year we go from 34 inches to just 38 inches. Damn, coach. First 6 months we was together, you took me from 24 to 34 inches. The last year we've been working even harder than the first year, and we only gained 4 inches. You close to your max. And that takes harder. That takes a lot more. And guess what? How many of you guys know when you get to your max, there's only one place you can go from there? When you get to your max, there's only one place you can go from there. We go from the next year, we go from 34 to 38. Now they're looking for a new coach. Now they're looking for a new trainer. Right? And then the rest of their lives, their athletic career, that new trainer is only going to be able to get them an inch gain. And they're going to say, this trainer, this coach can't coach. And they're going to go find another coach. And then that coach is going to get him an inch gain in a year. Right? So now he's at 40 inches. That's damn near his max. Right? And so this coach can't coach. He's going to go find another coach. That coach might stretch him to 41. Then he's going to go get another coach. And then all of a sudden, that coach is going to work with him for a year, and then he's going to go from 41 down to 40. And he's going to say, this coach really can't coach. He's going to go get another coach. That coach is going to work with him for a year, and he goes from 41 or 40 down to 38. Because you don't understand that you originally got with a coach that got you to the best that you possibly could be. And if you'd have stuck around long enough, I'd have told you that here you're at your max. Let me teach you what to do to maintain it. Because if you're not careful with doing the right things to maintain it, you're going to start losing. You're going to start falling backwards. You're going to start, your vertical jump is going to start shrinking. But when I got you close to your max and your improvement, your gains, your increase wasn't happening as rapidly, then I all of a sudden didn't know what I was doing as a coach. So it's weird, it's crazy like that, but that's what we go through as coaches. That's what we go through as teachers. So look yourself in the mirror and have a clear picture yourself of what you're trying to do. And then do an honest assessment of the things that you know how to do. Because quite honestly, most people need coaches and teachers at the same time. Most people need coaches and teachers at the same time. Be honest with yourself about what you know how to do proficiently, and the things that you still need to learn, those things that you need to learn, go get with a teacher. Those things that you're proficient at, you can be coached at the same time in those areas so that you can become the best that you can be at those things. But if you still need to learn, so for instance, when I'm coaching branding and marketing, I teach that you need to have a website, you need to have a social media popping. I'm a big on video marketing. If you already have a good social media following and your social media is following you through your posts without video, and you're trying to add video, Keisha, because she can coach you on social media marketing, right? But then you might need to get with me to teach you how to add video. I wouldn't be coaching you on how to add video because you don't know how to do it. I have to first teach you how to do video marketing. Once you get proficient at videos, then Nakisha can coach you on how to add and get the most out of video marketing with your social media. So you just got to understand where you are, take an honest assessment of what you know how to do proficiently, the things you're trying to learn to add value to you, and then be aware that there is a max. See, the best H Cortez that I could be may not ever be Barack Obama. So when I get to my 10, I can't say and look around at everybody else and say that I'm at my 10, but my 10 is only a 4 compared to XYZ. Because then I'm going to break my neck trying to get to his 10, which may not even be possible. Y'all get that? Some of y'all are going for some stuff that may not even be possible. You want to get to your 10, then stay at your 10. And as long as you're at your 10, you can always partner with other people at their 10. Right? You need to be the best you that you can absolutely be. And you know why most of us don't get there? Because we're trying to be imitations of everybody else. I'm gonna run that one back. You know why most of us don't get to our 10? Is because we're trying to be imitations of everybody else. You have to be the best you that you can be. And when you get to that place, your gifts will make room for you. To the place that you are the best that you could be, your gifts will make room for you, even in a room amongst other 10s. Y'all see that? When you get to your 10, your gifts will make room for you, and you will have a seat at the table amongst other 10s. Reason you don't get those invitations? Because you're a 2 at a bunch of other stuff and not a 10 at anything. Get to your 10 at one thing, and that gift will make room for you. So coach, and there's a teacher. Understand the difference and know which one you need yourself at any particular time. Right? So as a basketball coach, there are times where, and this can all be in one year, there's a time where my sons need teachers. They would go to a shooting teacher that would teach them the fundamentals of shooting so they can improve their shooting percentage. Right? There's times they will go to an athletic teacher that will teach them how to become more athletic, the exercises they need to do to make them become more athletic. when they get used to those movements, they get used to the shot. Now I've got the fundamentals of how to shoot better. I've got the fundamentals on the exercises that I need to do. Now I need to be in the presence of a coach who's going to push me to do that to the 10th. I got with a shooting teacher who taught me how to shoot. Now I need to get with a coach who's going to drill me on shooting to make sure that that process, that form becomes second nature, to where it becomes instinctive, it becomes automatic. I got with an athletic teacher who taught me how to exercise to improve my physical condition, how to exercise to improve my lateral movement, how to exercise to improve my vertical jump. I know what to do. I know how to do it. Now let me get with a coach who's going to push me to the max and drill me on that stuff to make sure I do it as intensely as I possibly can, so I can get the most out of it and become the best athlete I can become. You need both, the coach and the teacher. But what I don't want you to do is waste money on the teacher when you need the coach. And I don't want you wasting money on the coach when you need the teacher. There's a lot of people out of here who don't have the integrity and will not say, you can't join this program because you need a teacher. Anybody ever been in a program that was for advanced people and you were a beginner and you couldn't keep up, and you wondering to yourself why the hell they took your damn money? Because they didn't have any integrity. I'm running a program right now that will teach you how to build wealth, build your business in a financial education space, and will make you $30,000 to $50,000 part-time in the next 12 months. But I've already excluded like 10 people from the program because it's extremely intense. My namesake is on the line because I have integrity. I'm not going to let you come into the program and you can't keep up. You fall out of the program and then you have the ability to go back and tell everybody that my program don't work. No, that ain't how this works. I have the heart and the courage and the integrity to tell you this ain't a good fit for you. I need an intense 2 hours a day for you. And you already said that you work 2 jobs, you go to school, you teach dance, and you are a caretaker for your elderly parents. You can't do this. Sorry. When some of those things free up in your calendar, maybe you can enroll in a program 6 months from now. So a teacher, a good teacher and a good coach has integrity. I had my son was struggling in algebra 2 last year. And I went to a teacher, a tutor. And this is what you love about people with integrity. She says, my tutoring stops with algebra 1. I can't tutor your son. She has a degree in mathematics. She obviously knows how to do algebra 2. Why does her tutoring stop at algebra 1? Because while she knows how to do algebra 2, she doesn't know how to teach algebra 2. And you got to appreciate people with integrity. People with integrity. See, I know how to do a lot of things from a branding and marketing standpoint. I don't know how to teach everything I do. I'm more of a coach slash teacher. Nikisha, on the other hand, is a teacher slash coach. Is that making sense to everybody? Is everybody still tracking? Everybody's still tracking. Yeah, that's why I do it cluelessly is there. Most people need to be taught and not coached. And not coached. Lady said, I don't know how to do none of this, Nikisha. She said, I don't know how to do none of this on social media, but I want you to be my coach. So, not that I can't teach her, but that makes me have to stop my practice with everybody else to exercise the patience that I would have to exercise with her to get her. So I said, I can't be your coach. You need a teacher. So if you guys are seriously looking for an opportunity to build wealth, I'm not talking about getting rich. I'm talking about building wealth. The Black Wealth Movement is where you want to turn. We teach entrepreneurship. We're going to put you in a business in the financial education space. We teach tax minimization. When you have a business, you can write off safely about 40% of your lifestyle. You guys hear that? 40% of your lifestyle you can write off when you have a business. And I want you to think about something. Think about that number. You can write off 40% of your lifestyle. You're paying 33% in income tax alone. You guys see how that could be beneficial for you? In the financial education space, we're going to teach you how to minimize your taxes. When you save $10,000 to $12,000 in taxes because you have a business, that's money you can then use to eliminate your debt. Most people are drowning in debt because they have no extra money to pay towards any of those principles. So all they're doing is managing debt. Well, if I show you how to free up an extra $200, $300, $400, $500 a month, and you put that towards the principal on your debt, then your debt disappears. Every time you pay off a debt, it's like giving yourself a pay raise. Fourth thing we're going to teach you is how to fix your own credit. You do not have to go pay nobody $500 down and $100 a month to fix your credit. We will teach you how to fix your own credit with our smart money system. And then we're going to teach you how to invest. A different store where funds work at 14% rate of return. Right now, my disclaimer is I'm not telling you what to do with your money. I'm not a licensed planner. I can't do it. I just showed some resources. The funds we looked at was paying like 12 point something percent since 1950. That was the average since 1950. Year to date was like 27 point something. If you're investing money in that fund, it's 27 point something rate of return on that money just for this year. But the lifetime average since 1950 something percent. So imagine your grandparents were in that fund putting $100 a month into a fund like that averaged percent. That means, according to the rule of 72, that your grandparents' money would have been doubling every 6 years. Our program is just about recruiting and about sales. And no, man, this is real financial education. If you knew where to put the money that was going to get you percent rate of return, you'd already have your money there, right? The program is going to teach you that. Nobody's teaching Black people this. In mass. And you got money, you probably can go holler at some people who insight. But nobody's committed to just bringing this in person and live and direct to the masses of Black people and giving the opportunity to get this information. And get this started. Yes, it was recorded, Tawana. I got it for you. This education for $35 a month, and I will show you, if you're intense, if you're aggressive, if you're a real go-getter, I'm gonna show you how to make K in the next 12 months. Now, type 12 months in the chat real quick. I want to make sure you hear me. 50K in 12 months. Say, H Cortez, financial health mentor, said he can help me make 30,000 in a month. 30,000 in a month. I want you to go buy a lottery ticket and cross your fingers. It's an intense program that takes about 4 months just to get off the ground. And then the last 8 months, you start becoming profitable and more profitable month over month. And we can get you to 30 to 50 grand if you follow the program with intensity. I want you to text "I'm ready" to 3874-6887. Text "I'm ready" for 874-6887. Cell phone number. We'll call you if you text me. Don't answer the phone when I call them. Like, what? Ain't no games, y'all. I'm looking for serious people. Right? If you got questions ready, then text the word questions, 874-6887. That way I can put you in a proper category, get your questions answered. You know, you can give you some information, you can answer some questions. But if you text me "I'm ready," I'm assuming that you've already been to my website, you've already seen everything, and you got $35 to invest. You got 2 hours a day to pour into this thing for the next 12 months. And so I'm going to get you started, and we're going to go to work right away. So don't text me if you can't even answer the phone right now. "Oh, I'm at work, so no." Text me when you get off work. Then I'll call you. All right. So I'm H Cortez, the one and only financial health mentor to the Black community. Until I talk to you guys next time, I want you to get your money up, because not only can you do it, deserve it. Peace out, y'all.